I'm Dr. Karnika A Seth. I'm a cyber lawyer and expert, Ministry of Defense and Information Technology. I look at public policy and I'm also a practicing advocate at the Supreme Court of India and High Court of Delhi. So it's a great pleasure to be here today at the Seclore event, which is focused on compliances. And technical and legal compliances are both very important for any data security in any company or business. And our talk and our focus here is to explain the products and the compliance requirements which are crucial for every business, be it Indian or global.
Thank you, Dr. Seth, for making the trip. My name is Vishal and I'm one of the founders of Seclore. Seclore is a data-centric security and compliance company. And we are in our eighth edition of Security Now 2024, and this is an event in which we bring together practitioners, builders, services companies, product companies, everybody operating in the data security and compliance world. And it's a little bit of a think tank. Over a period of time, it has become a think tank as well as a great place to just look at what's the latest that's happening in security. Me personally, I've been with the company ever since its inception nearly a decade ago, and over a period of time, I've had the good fortune to work with some of the largest and most prestigious companies and government organizations around the world as they move and navigate through the whole security and compliance world. Right. So that's me. But open to answer any questions.
So recently, Devendra Fadnavis ji had launched the Maharashtra cybersecurity project. So is this a part of that project itself, which was backed by L&T Technologies? So what do you have to say on this?
So we are associated with the project, but the event itself is independent. I think it's a great initiative, by the way. We are working very closely with the Maharashtra government, both on the legislative as well as the law enforcement side. Right. So there's a legislative side of things. Which is of course where things start, but there's also law enforcement now, right? What happens when there is a breach or a breach of privacy or data theft or any of these things? So we are working very closely with the government infrastructure, both on the legislation side and the law enforcement side on both the fronts. Yeah.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Talking about world security, world data security. So how do you play a part in that?
Oh, that's a big question. See, at Seclore, our mission is to protect the world's data, right, very simply. And we currently our focus is to work with some of the larger enterprises around the world, across the government and defense investigative agencies. So that's one big area of focus. And of course, regular enterprises, right, commercial and otherwise. And our mission and how we are helping these enterprises, or we are partnering with these enterprises in that mission, is to make sure that they are able to share data fearlessly. Right? So our view here is that data, if it is not shared, becomes useless very quickly. It's like a picture that you click, but you never share it with anybody, and you never look at that picture. Right? That's the most useless picture on your phone ever. So to make that data useful, it needs to be shareable, right? And to be able to share data, it needs protection. Right? So our mission here is to make sure that the whole world, and with the current focus being large enterprises around the world, are able to share this data within the enterprise as well as with third parties to make better sense of this data. And we have, coming out of a small incubation program at IIT Bombay. Seclore's origin are that Seclore came as a company, came out of a IIT Bombay incubated project. And over a period of time, the company has scaled to work with some of the largest enterprises in the world, the likes of Ford, GM, American Express, and of course some of the largest Indian enterprises like HDFC, ICICI Bank, defense, various organizations within the Ministry of Defense, and so on.
Yeah. So how is the 8th edition going to be different from the other previous editions? So what is the new USP?
I think the focus on compliance has definitely increased over a period of time with DPDPA and various industry-specific bodies coming up with their own regulations, right, and so on. So that's one big area. We traditionally focus on security, but I think this interplay of how do enterprises secure their data while complying with all the general and specific regulations that keep coming about, and that's the context of our partnership with Dr. Seth.
Technology doesn't have, I mean, it's not no more a standalone thing that you have to have legal aspects looked into, because the regulatory regime in our country is changing, and it's not only in India, but a lot is happening in the regulatory space with emerging technologies like AI, blockchain, quantum computing, and so on and so forth. So if one has to gear up to infuse these businesses with these kind of technologies, you also need to be mindful of the laws or compliances which come with it. And these products of Seclore and on cybersecurity, they help achieve that goal very seamlessly, because it will be a part of something like a product is like in ensuring that there is privacy by design. So if your business operations work in such a way with this product that your sensitive data is encrypted and then transferred so that there is security involved and it's stored in a proper way, then the compliance is automatically looked into. User access control, who is getting that data, who is accessing it at what point of time, and till when it is allowed. That timeline is also matched with a self-destructible mode, that after such much time the data will not move and retained. So that's something which the data policy principles require one to do, and if it can be achieved with the help of a tool, I think it saves a lot of cost, time and money and effort, and a lot of anxiety on the part of any company to achieve that objective, because it's no more a choice, it's a compulsory, mandatory compliance. So I think that goes a lot. The relevance of the aptness of this conference today is the fact that we have to match up the technology with the law, and we have to comply with it. It's not just an option, but something that we must do.
Yeah, so I mean, just completing the response to carrying forward from Dr. Seth's comment. So we believe that technology plays an important part, but this whole coming together of the legal framework with the technology framework, and the lines are blurring. I think that acknowledgement is coming together at this event, and we are increasingly partnering with legal experts like Dr. Seth in making sure that enterprises don't get a keyhole view of how do I do this technically, right? But how do I comply, whether it's people, process, technology, law, and so on. Because the end objective is compliance, it's not technical compliance.
So speaking about compliance, it is very easy for us to